Hi managers. This first video, we are going to go over some of the navigation of all of these websites that we use to rent our properties and advertise our properties. So I figured we would start with the most annoying one to work with first, which is Zillow. So this is Zillow.com, as you can see up here in the title, Zillow.com. First off, you're going to want to click on join. And so click on join and you're going to want to just create an account. Very basic, put in your email address and your name, and then they'll send a confirmation email to your email address, and you'll accept that and you'll be able to set up your account. Pretty self-explanatory. Once you've gotten that taken care of, this is the home page. This is what it looks like every time you go to Zillow.com. Now when I come in, I always click on sign in, and my username and password is automatically saved in here. So I just hit sign in. Okay. Again, the page looks the same once I'm actually signed in. I'm going to go to My Zillow. There's so many different things here on My Zillow. First, I want to show you our profile. So Missy and Braden Crump, you can add a photo. We did one that's a little more professional where Braden's wearing a tie. Anyway, so you can put a lot more information on your profile depending on how much you want, the internet world to see and read about you. All I put in is the professional information. I put in the office phone number, and the mobile phone number I put as the same as the office phone number because our office phone number automatically forwards to our cell phones. And then I put our screen name as Missy and Braden. That way, anytime I list a rental online through Zillow and somebody is looking at it, that will also appear as your contact name. So when someone goes to call you, they are expecting to speak with a Missy or a Braden. Anyway, so that is that. So up at the top, you will want to go to listings. Okay, do not click on renter profile. Renter profile is if you are looking to actually rent an apartment and apply for an apartment. That's where all of your information would be saved. Obviously, we're landlords, so we want to be listing our apartments. So we're going to click on listings. Okay, and it says that I have 4 listings. Okay, we actually have more vacancies than just 4. However, Zillow does this weird thing where if you have multiple units, so for example, unit number 16 per address, 5530 East Green Lake Way, it will not show up as a separate listing. And in fact, none of that information will show up. If you have multiple listings, it combines it all. It's really frustrating. And so you really are limited to how many ads you can put up depending on how many addresses you have, different addresses. Thankfully, here at Green Lake, we have 4 different addresses. We have 5512 East Green Lake Way. We have 5520 East Green Lake Way, 5528, and 5530. Now, they're all in the exact same area and space, and they're all connected basically to the same building except for 5530. But we do have to list the different areas. That way they appear on Zillow as separate listings and you can see the full information. Anyway, so that is that. Let's just go ahead and click on this listing right here. Okay, so one interesting thing, if you notice right here at the top, there's 2 different views. This is only if you are logged into your account. You have the landlord view that shows from your perspective what the listing looks like, where you can edit it, you can add photos. It also tells you the latest activity and how your listing is performing in comparison to other listings. So you can see similar listings are getting this many views. Our listing is only getting that many views. And it also lists the top listings in our area. Ours is ranked number 5 online out of 8. That's just because of how things are priced. But if you look, this one's actually our listing as well. So we've got number 2 up there, and we've gotten 66 views on that this week. 1, 2, so wow, we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of our ads are within the top 8 listings viewed. So they are getting views, which is great. Anyway, as you can see, I'm scrolling down. That's just kind of gives you basic information. So I'm going to click on Edit Listing. And here we are editing the listing. You can click on which property you want to edit. Okay, so I'm just going to click a random one. I will click this one. Okay. And the little pencil icon, that's where you can edit the address if you want. Zillow is also contracted with Trulia and HotPads. So once you've updated anything on Zillow, it automatically updates on Trulia and HotPads, so you don't even need to worry about updating those. Okay, so we've got the price, lease duration, date available. You can click set to available now. Okay, 2 beds, 1 bath. You can give a description, and then contact information as well. Excuse me. And amenities. And then here's where you can add in the photos and add in descriptions if you want. There's a lot of different opinions and strategies to which photos you want to have on your listings. And you'll need to get those approved with Chuck, which photos you want on your listing. But they do say that the more photos, the better. At least at the most recent rental trends conference that I went to, they said the more photos you have, the better. Anyway, so that's where you can edit and create your listing. And that's great. The thing is that you cannot post a new ad on Zillow every day. That's not how Zillow works. Zillow doesn't work like Craigslist. You post an ad on Zillow, it lasts for 30 days, I believe, and then you will want it to expire, even if it's only for 1 hour. You'll want it to expire, and then you can repost and reactivate the listing so that it appears as if it's a fresh ad. And you'll get an email notification from Zillow when your posting is about to expire. I do go in, though, and make sure that the date is updated, that it's always set to available when it's supposed to be available. And I do go in and check that about every day. You also want to go to contacts. You can see who has contacted you. Okay. Sometimes Zillow will forward you an email if they've contacted you, if somebody has contacted you. But sometimes it will either get forwarded to your spam email in your email account. So be sure to check your spam folder every day for Zillow ads. But I would also be sure to check the actual contacts on the actual Zillow website for contacts, because this one says it's new, but I did get an email for her, so I have already contacted her. But like Liesl Garavelli right here that you see, I did not receive an email notification that she had contacted me, but thankfully I had checked this every day to see if there was a new one, and I was able to get her contact information. Okay, so if you click on the name, shows the phone number and the email. My recommendation is to give them a call and send them an email when someone does contact you. Giving a phone call is the best thing you can do, and then also giving a follow-up email, because some people won't answer a phone call if they don't recognize the phone number, but they're more comfortable responding to an email if they don't know who it is. So I would do both. Anyway, so that is Zillow. If you go back, look at my properties, you can look at your properties. Anyway, so that's Zillow. So far it's been great, but it does have a few weird quirks. Even sometimes when you put in information into all of these boxes right here, the layout and the format, when you actually look at it as if you are exploring it and looking at the property differently, from a different view, not as the landlord, it looks different. Zillow formats the stuff how they want it to be formatted on the page, so that can be frustrating. So you'll just have to learn to navigate that. Okay, so that is Zillow. Next, let's go to apartments.com. Now, I love apartments.com. I think this is one of the websites that is used the most for finding an apartment. And this is where we get, I think, a majority of our contacts from. So I'm going to sign in. Okay. Green Lake South Shore Apartments. So you will want to create an account. Again, it's basically the same way as creating an account with Zillow. Apartments.com does require a bit more verification. They require that I put in the property management office address, and then they had to verify it and give me a call and send me like a text code and an email code to verify that I was a real person working at a real property, which I really appreciated because that means that they really take their clients seriously. So anyway, it does require a little more time to set up an account through apartments.com than through Zillow, but still really great to work with. So here I'm going to go to my account. Okay, so here's apartments.com, my account. It always takes you to your login information. Okay, so I'm going to go to property tools and just click on property tools. Okay, I'm going to click on True Leads. Okay. Oh, see, sometimes they'll require you to receive an email verification every once in a while to just secure your account. So I'm going to go to my email, and here we go. Your one-time access code, if you see that. All right. I'm just going to copy and paste that and verify my account. Excellent. Okay, so here's the properties that I have listed. If you notice, I only have listed 3 of the 4 addresses that we actually have available. That is because when I went to originally validate the address of the property with 5520 East Green Lake Way North, which is our rental office address, I cannot use that same address to list an apartment because it sees it as a duplicate, and apartments.com does not allow you to duplicate an address. So you, depending on how many addresses you have at your apartment complex, you may be limited to how many listings you can have. So I'm just going to come to this left-hand side of the screen, click on My Listings. Okay. And these are my listings, my 3 listings that I have. All right. It says, as you can see, it tells you when you were last updated. Mine was last updated 7 days ago. The ad lasts for 21 days for apartments.com. And it will tell you your ad freshness. So I try to go in about once a week to refresh the ad, even though it only expires every 21 days, just to make sure the ad stays fresh. And anyway, so that's how that works, and you can go in and